What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Devil's Details Diecast Custom Build Series, and today we have a Hot Wheels 41 Willys RatRodster that we are going to change into a RatRodster. As you can see, I had started to chop off the front of this for some project, I don't know what, and the engine is missing out of the top. So we're going to continue on with this, probably remove the whole hood section, hopefully keep the fenders, throw a big ass motor on there and a new paint job, and maybe do something funky with the back here depending on how brave I get. This also probably had a windshield, but that is missing as well, and it's already drilled out. It does have an interior, which is nice. Probably throw some new shoes on it and call it a day. Like I said, with a lot of these rat rod projects, these are going to be a lot of cars that I have in my fodder bin that are either halfway dismantled or fully dismantled and are just collecting dust. So why not make them into some rat rods? So hang tight, grab a drink, and sit back and watch the action. Alright, so here's a quick update on the Willys Coupe, aka the RatRodster. I went and harvested a engine from the Hot Wheels Way Too Fast. Great source of engines. And I did chop out the top of the hood, as you can see. Found some badass white walls in the parts bin. And then I just went ahead and took the rotary tool with the wire wheel on it and took off all the paint. This is not stripped. This is just basically wire wheeled. And I was watching, I forget who it was on YouTube, not one of the normal guys I watch. And he had done a paint job with this bare metal and using Citadel Nuln oil, and which is basically Tamiya smoke for all intents and purposes. And he just started layering that on to the bare metal. And then he also, I think, used Typhus Corrosion in a couple other colors. But I did order some Citadel paints. Those are not in yet. I'm going to be using that on another project. But for this project, I'm just going to start with the Tamiya smoke. I'm going to leave those the blue bits on there. As you see them, I'm not going to go full bore and take all the little pieces of blue off. I'm going to leave them on there just for a little bit of contrast and see where that takes me, and see what it looks like under the smoke color, and see what happens from there. So I just wanted to give you guys an update on where we're at with the build. Again, coming along pretty nicely here. I think it looks really cool as it is, of course. I always love the bare metal look. If I was going to keep it bare metal, I'd clean it up a little bit more, but we're going to go experimenting, and that's what I love about doing rat rods and Wastelands Customs. You can experiment to your heart's content because it doesn't really matter. So stick around. I'll hopefully check in between the process doing this. Sorry for the shake there. Check in during the process of doing this paint and let you guys see what it looks like. Stay tuned. Alright, checking in with the first pass of, well, actually a couple passes of the Tamiya smoke. It's got a pretty cool look to it. Still kind of looks like a bare metal hot rod, which again is really cool. What I'm going to do now is mix some clear orange and clear red, hoping to get kind of like a clearish brown look. And I'm going to hit that over the car and probably call it a day, and then maybe hit a couple rust spots, because you know I can't go without my rust. There are a couple of spots, you can see some rough spots on the roof and on the back deck lid there, so I may hit that with a little bit of, and even around the windows, may just hit that with a little bit of rust, like dry brush rust, just to make it look like it's rusted a bit there. Kind of happy with the smoke because it will get into all the little nooks and crannies to bring out the details on the doors and everything, and then it'll bring out the imperfections there, which kind of give you like a natural canvas to add some rust and decay and whatnot. So really happy with how that's turning out. I probably would not give you another update until the reveal, so stick around for that. And if you remember, this is what we started with: 1941 Willys coupe with a giant gash cut in the side of it, missing engine, missing glass, already drilled apart in this sparkly blue finish, some tampos, and this is what she looks like now. And here she is, folks, the 41 Willys RatRodster in all her glory. The red and orange clear mix gave it kind of a nice coppery color, which I think is really really cool on this car. I wish I had better light to show it off, but hopefully you guys can get the picture. Went with a little bit of, don't mind my hands, I just finished painting it pretty much. Went with red blower and red valve covers there. I also went with a red roll cage on the inside. This car did have a roll cage on the inside, so I just added some red there, basically to match the tires and to pull it all in together. Also just to give it kind of a pop of color there. I took my X-Acto and just scraped away the paint on the moldings down the side to give it a little bit of a chrome accent as well. Did the taillights and the headlights, and pretty much that's about it. This whole build took me about 2.5 hours on a Tuesday afternoon. Had a rare afternoon off of work, so came down to the studio, took advantage of the extra time I had today to put a build together. So I'm really happy I got to do this. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, not really much of a complicated build, which I'm not going to complain about, because the easy ones are sometimes the most fun. Also not really going to complain about the gouged front end there, because again, this is a rat rod and that's what happens, and I think it just adds to the character of the build. I think all the scratched lines and imperfections really give it character, and I think the paint really accentuates that. So be sure to stay tuned for some glamour shots at the end. Again, the light really kind of makes it more of an orange, but it is really almost like a copper penny to the naked eye. So in any event, until the next one, be well.